This year at the Houses Awards, we're celebrating 10 years of the Emerging Architecture Practice category, which has been sponsored by Blum since its inception. In 2018, the winner was Brad Swartz Architects. We visited them in their studio to find out how the award has helped to grow their practice.
Hi, I'm Brad Swartz, and I'm the director of Brad Swartz Architects. After finishing uni, I worked in kind of a residential architectural practice and never really had any ambitions of becoming an award-winning practice myself. But after doing my own apartment in 2015, we won an award and got a lot of publicity around it and ended up starting a practice on the basis of doing really interesting work in the inner city. And that led to entering the Emerging Practice Award. And after winning that, it was really a nod from our peers that we were in the right direction. I think the idea of emerging as an architecture practice is a really interesting one. A lot of the established practices do big houses for very wealthy people. We kind of took a different path and we're focused on doing interesting work in the city. In fact, you won't even find a project on our website that's over 200 square meters, and that's on purpose. Yeah, there's not one particular project that best showcases our development as a practice. Our cabin apartment, for instance, was a project that really pushed the boundaries around all the different things we'd learnt in some tinier apartment projects. The Inala apartment was us trying to think about apartments as if they are a site in the middle of the country. We've done a number of infill projects, and I think the Laneway Glass House is probably our highlight of those, which rethinks the terrace house and almost flips it upside down with living on the top floor and a glass brick facade to be able to get privacy but a lot of light off a laneway. A rigorous design process is the key to designing a great home. But even more importantly than that is ensuring all the ingredients at the start work. So for us, having a really strong connection with our client is the most important thing. And then after that, it's ensuring the brief, the budget, and the site kind of all makes sense. One of the reasons we won the award is because we were trying to do really interesting stuff in the inner city and prove that apartment living can be a luxury, not a compromise. And it's funny looking back on it now as 10 years ago, and the idea of housing affordability seemed like it was a really important aspect of the success in growing the practice. And sustainability, of course, was part of that. And both those two issues have only become more of a concern and become more and more extreme. So we don't really have any plans of changing the trajectory of what we're doing. We're more going to be focused on honing our craft and mastering what we do. A lot of our projects are really successful through the use of clever joinery. Part of that becomes about the hardware, and in a lot of our projects we use Blum.